Exercises. Students from the high school are going to perform one of the acts from their upcoming musical at the atrium in the mall. The students want to bring some of the set with them so that the audience can get a better feel for the whole production. The backdrop that they want to bring has panels that measure 10 feet by 10 feet. The students are not sure if they will be able to fit these panels through the entrance of the mall since the panels need to be transported flat or horizontal. They obtain a copy of the mall floor plan shown below from the City Planning Office. Use this diagram to decide if the panels will fit through the entrance. So let's take a look at our picture and let's do some noticings. I'm going to try to zoom in a little bit so you can see a little clearer. All right. So up here is the mall entrance, which on the map measures, or on the planning floor plan measures 3/8 of an inch. And then over here, our scale says that 1/8 inch on the drawing represents 4.5 feet of actual length. So this is the information that we're going to use to see if these panels will fit through. All right, I'm going to zoom back out and let's do some work. So our first thing we need to do is find the actual distance of the mall entrance, and when you go to enter your answer you needed to enter it in inches. So in order to do that I'm going to start with finding my scale factor. So to find scale factor, do my same process as before where I start to where I end. So I'm starting at my drawing and I would end at the actual measurement of the mall. So if I look at my scale, on the drawing it's 1/8 of an inch. So on my drawing, 1/8 of an inch to 1/8 of an inch to 4.5 feet of actual length. So 4.5 feet. So to find our scale factor, remember where we start at is our x, where we end at is our y. We are going to do our y divided by x, just finding our unit rate. So scale factor. So 4.5 over 1/8. I know I need to make this an improper fraction. 2 times 4 is 8, plus 1 is 9. So to divide our fractions, we keep change flip. So 9 over 2, change to multiplication, and flip the fraction. I know that these are both divisible by 2, so I'm going to go ahead and simplify. 2 divided by 2 is 1. 8 divided by 2 is 4. And now I can multiply. 9 times 4 is 36. Over 1 times 1 is 1. So my scale factor would be 36. So now we're going to go back to our picture and we're actually going to find the distance. Now, one thing I do want to point out, that this is feet per 1 inch. So this is going to give us a feet, or an answer in feet. That makes a little more sense. Answer in feet when we do our multiplication. All right, so our mall entrance, if we go back to our picture, our mall entrance, get the camera to focus, is 3/8 of an inch. So we're going to take our 3/8 of an inch and we're going to apply our scale factor. So I'm going to try to simplify before I multiply. I have 8 and 36. These are both divisible by 2 and they're both divisible by 4. Let's use 4. It's a little bit bigger. It'll save us a little bit of work. 8 divided by 4 is 2. 36 divided by 4 is 9. Now we can multiply. 3 times 9 is 27. 2 times 1 is 2. So if we were to turn this into a mixed number, 2 goes into 17 13 times. That would take out 26 pieces and we'd be left with 1. So it would be 13.5 feet in actual life. But our answer, or our question, wanted us to change this to inches. So let's use what we know about inches. We know that there are 12 inches in 1 foot. So we're going to take our 13.5 and we're going to times that by our 12 inches. Now I already know this as a improper fraction, so I'm going to use that one. So 27 over 1, or over 2, times 12 over 1. I know these are both divisible by 2. 2 divided by 2 is 1. 12 divided by 2 is 6. And now I can multiply. 27 times 6 is, let's check it out here. What are we doing? 27 times 6 is 162. So the measurement of the door is 162 inches. All right. Determine whether the set panels will fit. So we know that the set panels were 10 feet by 10 feet. So if they're laying those horizontally and moving them through the door, we need to see what 10 feet is in inches. So we're going to do the same process we just did. We're going to take our 10 feet times 12 inches in a foot, and the door or the set panels would be 120 inches wide. So if the door is 162, then yes, they would fit. And our last question, what is the scale factor? So this is a part of our question we've already done the work for. Let me pull back my page. So when we started to do this, we had to find our scale factor. So our scale factor was 36 feet per inch. Per